Jim Rohn, one of the most famous personal development, philosophers of all time, says people are good at spending big energy on small things. Let's see what that means, right? What are some of the small things? So in your world, the small things are paperwork, fulfilling orders, managing the pipeline, following up on stuff, internal meetings. It's, handling current clients. That's a small thing. In your world, there really is only one big thing. And I think you hit it on the head. Kurt, what was that?
Prospect.
It's bringing in new business.
Business development.
You have one big thing, and that's prospecting for new business. That's it. To be honest, all this other stuff, they can pay other people to do. Your superpower is in your ability to bring in new business, period. Anyone can fulfill paperwork. Anyone can chase around and manage a pipeline. Anyone can do anyone can do any of this other stuff. They can't build the relationships with people to bring in new business. That is your superpower. That's what you are getting paid to do. But guess what? Where do people spend most of their time? Like if you look at your calendar, what do you spend which side of this list do you spend majority of your time on?
Small things.
Small things.
Or wasted things.
Now, let me show you why you may not, you might not know why you do this, but there is a scientific reason why you do this. And it goes back to our prehistoric days. If you were to think back when we were cavemen, we really only had 3 main responsibilities. And that was this. We were either chasing food, chasing a mate, or trying not to be chased. We were basically built for survival, right? To do that, we needed these huge bursts of energy. Like we needed a huge rush of energy to go chase food. We needed a huge rush of energy to go run from a tiger. And so in order for us to evolve and become the dominant species, our brains had to adapt to energy conservation. That way, our bodies had enough energy reserved to exert it at the moment that we needed to exert it. The problem, though, is that as we've evolved and become the dominant species, no longer do we have that same lifestyle. No longer are we fighting for survival. No longer are we chasing food or being chased by tigers. We are still chasing mates. So that part is still consistent. But for the most part, we don't need these huge bursts of energy, but our brains are still adapted for energy conservation. So what do you think it's going to do when you give it this list? You give it a list of options of what it can work on today. What do you think your brain is going to choose?
The easy stuff.
It's going to choose those things that conserve the most energy. That's just a fact of the matter. And what we already talked about, the stuff on the left is your grind. It's the stuff you're going to avoid. Your brain's going to avoid this. Like nobody wants to fight gatekeepers. Nobody wants to go door knocking. No one wants to get rejected on the phone. Your brain is going to avoid the grind. And where is all this other stuff waiting for you? Everything on the right side of this list, where is it waiting for you?
In your schedule.
No, it's waiting for you in your inbox. It's waiting for you in your inbox. Your email is killing you. So how do you focus on the grind and not get bogged down by your inbox? I'm gonna show you. Your grind is the main thing you do that generates new leads for your business. And it really is the only value you bring to this company is your ability to bring in new business, not your ability to manage a deal, manage a pipeline. It's your ability to bring in people that need to be introduced to Pacific Coast Commercial. That's your value. Now, in order for you to prioritize that, you have to establish, I call it a grind time. Grind time is where you shine. And a grind time is at least 1 hour a day that's uncompromisable, non-negotiable. Every day, you have this time blocked off where you prospect for new business. I prefer the same time every day. Make it a recurring appointment in your calendar. That way, nothing can get scheduled on top of it. You can't schedule anything on top of it. Every day at 8 o'clock, that's my grind time, right? It's like your brain expects it. It knows when your grind time is. And during that time, no phone, no email. Make it non-negotiable. Make it non-negotiable with yourself. Like think of how, so I have a friend that's a vegan, and we were going to a restaurant, and like it was a big group, so we couldn't change which restaurant we were going to, but we were going to a place that didn't have vegan options. And he's not a true vegan, he's just doing it as a this new lifestyle. So he could eat meat if he wanted to. And so we're like, all right, dude, like, come on, we can't change up the whole plan. It's like, just get something just this one time. Just get it this one time, right? You can do it. Like, nothing's gonna happen to you. And he said, no, dude, this is non-negotiable. I will show up with my meal. And he did. Because in his heart, it was non-negotiable. He didn't care if it wasn't convenient, it was inconvenient. He had to make extra arrangements, but in his heart, it was non-negotiable. You have to treat grind time as non-negotiable. Sorry, Mr. Client, I can't meet with you at that time. That's my grind time. Sorry, Vince, you want to meet at that time? That's my time that I dial. That's my dial time, sorry. I'm sure, Vince, would you be upset if someone said that they were prospecting and they couldn't meet with you?
We talk about it all the time. It's gotta be in your calendar, every single day. I don't preach it being the same time every day, but whatever works for you guys. But it's gotta be in your calendar, and you don't take calls, you don't show properties, you don't fly by the seat of your pants during that time. You prospect, you business develop.
No one's going to be upset at you if you can't meet during that time. Like, we put these pressures on ourselves. We're too accommodating to other people. You have a discipline and a commitment to yourself that this time is when I grind. No, non-negotiable, right? That's where it starts. It starts with your commitment to grind time.